Okay. So let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. In the last session, we have discussed about how we can create our AWS account and how we can create our Windows. In today's session, we are going to discuss about Linux EC2. But before starting of this particular topic, any question, anyone, what we have discussed till now? If anyone have any question, you can please raise your hand. If you have any doubt, you can please raise your hand. Yes, Deepak Swami, you have raised your hand.
Hi Ankit, good morning.
Good morning.
My question is regarding the access. I have done the payment for this for this batch. I have mentioned in the subject AWS 129 batch, and I have sent a error screenshot also. So after batch, can you please check and reply me?
You're getting error message?
Yes, I getting error message. A mobile
Regarding
number.
which error message you are getting it?
Mobile number already exists.
You need to drop an email to support. Support team will help in these things, Swami. If you have already done, don't worry, they will check when their issue get resolved, they'll reply you. Might be their work, they didn't reply because they are working on it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so whenever your issue get resolved, definitely. If your issue not get resolved, send them a reminder.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, Mohan.
Yeah, hi Ankit, able to hear me, right?
Yes, I am able to hear you.
Yeah. So my question was, so in real time, right? How we decide which is the configuration we need to do while setting up the EC2 instance?
That is decided by the client and the developers, because in the end, Mohan, who is going to create the application or the managing that application, that is done by the developers. So they are the one, and the client is going to decide. We'll get the information, and based on that, we are selecting the type.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Somnath, you can. Yes, you can unmute Somnath.
Hello.
Yes, Somnath.
Sir, yesterday I was trying to stop the instance, and after restarting the instance, I'm getting error unable to connect to the remote.
The reason why you are not able to connect Somnath might because you are trying to use the same DNS. Am I right?
Yes.
If you might be remember in previous session, I said that if you're stopping your machine and then you're starting your machine, system is going to change your DNS. There's a reason behind, and what is that reason? We'll discuss in upcoming session. Okay.
Yes,
the reason is IP addresses.
Okay.
So regarding that IP address, we'll discuss in upcoming. Okay. So whenever you're going to start your machine, every time you need to copy a new DNS.
Okay.
That's the reason you are not able to.
Yeah, sure.
Anyone have any more questions? No one has any more questions. So we'll start with our today's topic, where we are going to discuss about Linux EC2 machine. Okay, someone has more question. Yes, Raj.
So my question is, today only I joined in the session. Previously, I have not joined. So what are the topics covered?
In last 2 days, we have only discussed about the introduction. We have in yesterday's session, we have discussed about how we can create our AWS account and how we can create our Windows EC2 machine. This is what we have discussed. And I just want to know, Raj, are you in the WhatsApp group of batch 129?
Yes, so yeah, I'm in.
My team has already shared the day 1, day 2 recording there. If you can check, you can please check those recordings are already there.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link again in the chat box. If anyone is not there, please join by using the link. And even I'm sharing our YouTube link also, you can check by using this also.
Right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so today is the third session of this particular batch. So in this one, we are going to discuss about how we can create our Linux EC2. Now, to create Linux EC2 machine, we need to follow same process which we have done in our previous session. Most of these steps are same, only little bit of steps are wherever it is getting vary, we'll discuss that. So first of all, we need to go to a EC2 service. I'm already in EC2 service. Let me do it again. Let me come to my home page. Here you are able to see recently visited, or you can search here also EC2. Now click on instances. Click on launch. And if you see here, it is showing me no matching instance found. Why it is showing me this way? Because in previous session, the instance we have created, in the end of the session, we have terminated that instance. And after termination, after few minutes of termination, that particular EC2 machine is completely going to delete from our console. Here we are going to click on launch. In previous session, we have discussed it. To create our EC2 machine, we need to follow few steps. What is the first step? We need to give the name of our EC2 machine. So let me give Linux EC2. First step is second step. Second step is we need to select EMI. In previous session, we have discussed it. To create any machine, we minimum require these four things: CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system. So here again, for in the today's session also, to create Linux machine, we require these four. And we have selected our operating system as Linux, and by default, system is already selecting Amazon. We have Ubuntu also, we have Red Hat also, we have Debian also, Sushi also, we have multiple Linux based operating system we have. I'm going to use Amazon Linux. It's created by a company called Amazon, for the one cloud we are using right. And under this, which version I'm using it? 2023 version. And this one is coming under free tier. Even in this one, we are getting some more also free tier eligible. Also, we are getting Amazon Linux 2 also. It's a previous version. The latest version is Amazon Linux 2023. So this one I'm going to. So we have selected Amazon Linux. Second step is also scroll down. In previous session, we have discussed it that I need CPU and RAM as 1 GB, 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. So it means we need to select which type of instance. We need to select an instance type called T2.micro. Why we need to use T2.micro? The reason is T2.micro is coming under your free tier. In few regions, you will use T2.micro. In few regions, you will not find T2.micro. In those regions, you will find T3.micro. But don't worry, it is completely mentioned there that free tier eligible. With this, you can easily identify. So open this one list of, you will not find free tier eligible for any other. Only for T2 micro, you are able to see in the Mumbai region, or in few regions, you will find T3 dot. These are the names of our instance type. With this instance type, we are getting CPU and RAM of our EC2 machine. So how many steps we have completed? The first name, second AMI, third instance, fourth option. In previous session also, we have created one key pair. We have discussed it. Key pair is like a password to us. To connect to our machine, this key pair is going to help us. In previous session, we have created this key pair, win-EC2 129. I have this file, PEM file, still there in my machine. If I want, I can use this same key pair also. But to use that existing key pair, I need that physical file in my local machine. If I want, I can use the same one also, but I'm not going to use the same one. I'm going to create a new. We have already learned in our previous session how we can create a new one. So click on create new key. Once we click on new key pair, we need to give the name to our. And key pair name can be any name, Linux 129 hyphen. This is the name I'm giving to my key, and click on it. Next step. In previous session, to connect to our Windows machine, we have discussed it. To connect our Windows machine, we need to enable RDP port. And that time you guys have told me that RDP port number is 3389. Same way, if we want to connect to our Linux machine, because just creation of Linux machine, our work is not going to complete. In the end, to work on that particular machine, definitely we need to connect to that particular machine. It's a mandatory part. Connect to that particular machine, we need to enable a port number called SSH. Anyone in the chat box, please let me know. Start getting the answers. Very good. So what is the port number for SSH? I already got few answers. Those all are good. 20. Like for RDP, we have a port number called 3389. Same way for SSH, we have a port number called 20. 22 is the port number, which by default AWS has enabled that by default port number SSH. And here, what system is doing is system is creating a security group. We have discussed it. Security group is like a firewall rules where we are allowing that particular traffic will come to our EC2 machine. And we have given the traffic as anywhere. Anywhere means by using SSH port from any part of the world, if a person has that PEM file, a PEM file which we have downloaded with the help of key pair, any person can connect to this particular EC2 machine from any part of the world. But to connect, a person need that particular PEM file. And in previous session, system was giving our security group name as Launch Wizard 4. And in today, they are giving Launch Wizard 5. These are default namings from their side. Can I give my own name? Yes, I can give my own name. How can I give my own name to this security group? Scroll up. Here we have edit option. Under network settings, we have edit option. And don't worry about these guys. Right now, in our upcoming session, we'll discuss about these three options. These are actually very important options we have, but we'll discuss later about these. Edit. Scroll down. Here I can change them. Or if I want to use, I can use existing security group also. But for Linux, I don't have any existing security because we didn't create till now. So I'm going to create my security group. So the name I'm giving to my security. Name can be any name. Even you don't want to give any name, you can go with the default also. It is not mandatory. But why I'm giving, so I can easily identify that this particular security group we have used in our previous session. So I can use the same security group in our upcoming sessions. That is why it's not mandatory to give the name. You can go with the default name. And see here, SSH portal. 22 we are getting it. And what is its source? Anywhere means we can connect from any part of the. So we have created our own security group. In previous session, we have enabled RDP port. RDP port is for Windows and SSH port is for Linux. Now, to create any machine, we need hard disk. And for Windows, by default, they are giving 30 GB. And for Linux, by default, they are giving 8. And for each machine, maximum, we have 30 GB of free quota. This is coming under your free quota for each machine for maximum 30 GB. More than 30 GB, if you are going to increase the size of your EC2 machine, you will get a bill for it. It needs to be in T2 micro type, maximum you can use 30 GB free for each EC2 machine. And for Linux, minimum requirement is 8 GB. For Windows, minimum requirement is 30. It is sufficient just to create our EC2 machine. 8 GB is sufficient for us. And then we have an option of advanced details. I have already told you in the last session regarding this advanced details, we will discuss in our upcoming session. Now, let's have again quick recap. First step, we have given the name. Second step, we have selected our AMI as Amazon Linux. Third step, we have select our instance type as T2 micro. Fourth step, we have created our key pair. Key pair is like a password to us. Fifth step, we have enabled a port number called SSH. And this time we have given the name to our security. Sixth and the last step is we are getting the hard disk to our Linux. And here on right side, we can see how many machines we need to create, how many instances we need to create. I only need to create. Here also I can see AMI, instance type, security group. System is creating a new security. If we are using existing security group, system will give the name of our existing security. Then here we are able to see the storage, the one which we are getting as 8. Let's scroll down, and do we have any more information? We don't have any more information. Next step is click on launch. Done. So we have created our Linux EC2. Next step. Is just creation of our Linux machine is our work is completed? No. We need to connect to this particular EC2 machine. This is what we have discussed earlier also. So we'll learn now about how we can connect to this particular EC2 machine. But before that, any question anyone have regarding the creation of this EC2 machine, please let me know. Yes, Sumant.
Fine. So while creating the instance, we have some networks under network settings. We have CIDR option, right? CIDR source type.
Yes, we have given as anywhere.
What is the meaning of CIDR?
Which option you're talking about? Let me go for that option. Which option you're talking about here?
So, create a new one.
Hmm?
Under new one, create a new security group. Under that CIDR option is there. Edit. Click on edit. Source type anyway. Source CIDR. Add CIDR.
Source type is there. There is CIDR.
Source under add CIDR prefix list of security group is there.
We have custom and my IP only.
Okay.
Custom means I can give the IP address range. I can give IP address here, and regarding that, we'll discuss in upcoming sessions. I
Okay.
can give my IP address also. My IP address, if I give, it means I'm the only person from the whole over the world who can connect to this particular machine. If I give custom, in custom, I can give any IP address here. Only that particular person who has that IP address, only he or she can connect to this machine. Regarding these things, we'll discuss in upcoming session when we'll come to a service called VPC.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, this is not the correct time to discuss about these options.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, Balaji.
So can we use the same keeper for both the Windows and Linux machines?
Yes, you can use it.
So inside the keeper only we get the password, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you can even open your keeper also with the help of Notepad. Right click, Notepad ++. This is the code of our key.
Oh, okay.
But very difficult to hack these keepers. I talk about like a password, like let's say example, we have given a password as I just given a training @ 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's still possible that this password can be hacked.
Yeah.
Or you can give any password like P @SSS00RD @5656 or anything. Still, it is possible to hack. So these key pairs, you can see how much it's going to be different.
Yes. Difficult to hack.
But yes, one more thing. A lot of students, I know that question is coming in their mind. If we lost this key pair, what will happen? Regarding that also, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Very common question asked by the student, but don't worry, guys, we'll learn about that.
Thanks, Ankit.
Yes, Angha, you can unmute.
Sir, while you are, hello.
Yes, I'm waiting for your question.
So while creating the key pair, why don't you select the PPK type?
Regarding that, we'll discuss in upcoming session.
Okay.
After completion of this topic, I'll come to your question also, because if you see here, we have a one topic where we are going to discuss, we can create PPK file by using AWS. And there's a reason behind why we are not going to do.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Ram.
Hello, Ankit. Yeah, suppose I want to increase RAM and hard disk. So is it possible to increase, like I want?
After creation of the machine, yes, it's possible, and we'll discuss that particular thing when we'll come to PPT number 20.
Okay, is that any limitation of this?
That only limitation, the sizes whichever AWS is giving, only we can select those size. That is a limitation.
Okay.
We can't create our own size.
Okay.
And the one which you're calling it, that is called as scale up.
Okay. Scale up and scale down. Okay.
We'll discuss that when we'll come to this.
Okay. Thank you, Ankit.
Yes, Raj, you can. Raj, you can unmute yourself.
Nothing, like just if you also keep your answer right, so nothing.
Okay. Yes, Neetu.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Neetu.
Hello.
Yes, Neetu, you can ask your question.
Yeah. Can we use the Windows and Linux at a time in our one project?
Yes, you can want to use, you can use that also.
And
Possible.
okay, that was only my question. Is at a time we can use the both machine or not?
Yes, even you can for same machines, or for different machine for Windows or Linux, you can use same keypad also.
Same keypad.
Yes, we can use that also. It's also possible.
Okay.
But we are not going to use, it's not a good practice, but it is possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so those have raised their hand, guys. You don't need to lower down your hands. Let's continue with this topic, then I'll come to your questions. Okay. After creation of this Linux machine, what we need to do, we need to connect to this particular machine. And to connect to this particular machine, we need some tool. Like to connect our Windows machine, we have used remote desktop connection. RDP tool we have used. Same way, to connect to our Linux machine, we need to download some terminals. We need to download some software, and those software are called as terminals. In market, we have hundreds of terminals we have, but I'm going to use the one which is very commonly used in the market. And the name of that tool is called as. And to use Putty, I also need to download Putty. It's a completely free tool. How to use these tools, I'm going to tell you. Here I have given a website. From this website, you can download the Putty, or even if you search on Google, you will easily get this particular website. Scroll down. Here I'm getting the first option to download. So as per your system requirement, just click on putty.exe and system is going to download this exe. And I click on putty.exe, system has downloaded this particular exe. So we have downloaded, but we need to download one more tool. What is that tool name? PuttyGen. From where we can download this PuttyGen? From the same website. Scroll down. Here. So the same website you can download Putty also. From the same website you can download PuttyGen. Click on that exe file as per your system requirement. System is downloading that particular file. I'm sharing this website link in the chat box also for you guys, or the link is already mentioned in the, or you can even search on Google, download putty, and in the second number you are getting that particular website from where you can. So we have downloaded our both the tools which we require to connect our. Next step. Next step is we need to generate PPK file using putty. We can we can create PPK file by using a tool called putty. It means the PEM file which I have, putty does not support PEM file. The PEM file which we have downloaded, this PEM file does not support by. So what we need to do, we need to convert this particular PEM file into PPK. Now a question is coming in your mind, definitely in few students. In while creating our keeper, we have an option that I can directly download a PPK file from there also. So why don't I download it from there? Don't worry, we'll discuss that particular point also in our upcoming session. I'll give you the reason also. And in our upcoming session, you will see that particular reason which I'm going to give you. Now, what I need to do is now I need to convert this particular PEM file to PPK with the help of putty. Now, in Windows machine, whenever we are downloading any software, what we need to do, we need to install. But here, we don't need to install this. So how we can use? Directly double click on this particular file. We can use this particular. Now, how we can connect? Click on load. First click on load. Once you click on load, you need to select your PEM file. I'm in batch 124. I'm changing to 129. I'm not able to see any files. Why? Because it is searching for PPK. It's searching for PPK. But which file we need to select? We need to select PEM. So what we need to do? We need to change there from PPK to all files. And here I'm able to see my. Click on done. Next step. First step is we have load that particular file. Second step is we need to save private. So it means in this putty-gen, you only need to click on two buttons. One is on load, second one is on private. Don't click any other. If you are going to click anywhere like generate or save private key, this option does not support by the cloud platform. In that particular case, you will get a wrong type of PPK file. And in that case, you are not able to connect to your. So I'm going to click on save private. Now give the name to your PPK. It can be any name you can give. I'm giving same as my PEM file name. So I can easily identify that this PPK file for this particular. See here. I got the PPK file for that particular PEM. So this is how we can generate a PPK file with the help of If you want me to show this step again, please let me know. So I'll show you again how to generate a PPK. Because if you are doing any mistake in this, you will get an error message. Please confirm in the chat box. I'll show this. So I'm going to delete this PPK. So first of all, double click on Potigen. Click on load. When you click on load, you need to select your PEM file. But right now it is searching for PPK. So change the extension here first as all files. Now select your PEM file. Click on open. Click on OK. Click on save private. Click on. Now give the name to your PP. I've given same name as my PEM file, so I can easily add it. Click on save. So this is how we can create our PK by using our PEM. Next step. Next step is select your EC2 machine and click on connect. When I click on connect, we need to go to SSH. Note down the host name. Where we are getting the host name. The example which you are able to see, you need to copy this one, not the full one from here. From EC2-user, you need to copy this particular. This is your host name. I'm noting down this. Then next step, open. Double click. Enter your host name. You see in the top, it is asking you can enter your host name or IP. I'm entering my host name. Next step, attach PPK with. Please see this very carefully, how I'm going to attach the PPK file with putty also. So first click on this plus button for SSH. Then click on this plus button for auth. Then click on credentials. First, you need to click on plus button for SSH, then plus button for auth, and then click on credentials. And here the first option which we have to attach our PPK. So browse your PPK. This is 124 batch. Switch to 129, and here is open, accept, and you can see here we are able to connect to our Linux. So directly we are able to connect to our machine with the help of our host name and our APK. Now this is one way to connect to our machine by using host name. But when I'm trying to connect, if you see here, it is saying that I can enter host name or IP address also. So it means I can connect to this particular machine by using IP address also. Yes, we can do that. So I'll show you that way also, then I'll come to your questions. So now I'm going to show you how can I connect to the same machine by using IP address. How will get the IP address? Select the EC2 machine, click on connect. So cancel this one. Now again, I'm selecting my machine, click on next step, go to EC2 instance connect. Here we have the first tab. Here I'm getting the public. Note down this public. And paste your public ID. Attach PPK. We already know how to attach PPK file. Click on plus button for SSH, click on plus button for auth, then click on credentials. We can attach. Open, accept. Now it is asking for username. In previous one, it is not asking for username because the host name we are using it in that by default our username is given. But if you are using IP address, it is asking for username, and here is my username. So if we are using Amazon Linux operating system, EMI, by default, its username is EC2 hyphen. Like for Windows in previous session, we have seen a username as administrator. That's a default username. Like for Amazon Linux, a default username is EC2 hyphen. You can see here, we are able to connect to our Linux with the help of, we can directly connect by using host name also, or we can connect by using IP address also. And there is one more way you can get your public IP. You don't need to every time go to connect option. Once you select your EC2 machine, here in the below also you will get your IP, the public IP. Here you are. So here from here also you can get your public IP. So this is how you can create your Linux EC2 machine and connect to your Linux EC2 machine. Now, anyone have any question? Please let. Yes, Shivraj.
Yeah, like actually, I wanted to know what is that exactly security group? Like, is it a group of means?
It's like a firewall.
Okay.
Here we are allowing the port number, from which port number we can access our machine and who can connect to our machine. Like these type of rules we can. And right now we are only enabling a default port number, which is mandatory for Windows and for Linux. In our upcoming session, we are even going more ports and we are going to learn some more things. Shivraj.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yes, Rohin, you can.
Sir, there is an option number of instance. So whenever we select 10 instance, so will it be charged for all the 10 instance like 750 hours?
You'll get 750 hours per month. If you are going to create 750 hours, so it is going to divide by 10. So it means for each machine, you will get 75 hours. After
Okay,
that,
got it.
definitely they are going to charge you.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Vishal. Yes, Vishal, you can unmute. Vishal, you are on mute. I'm not able to hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Yes, Ajandra, you can ask your question.
No, I got it. I am able to connect it to Windows machine via Windows, the remote connection. That's where I got the doubt. I am able to know.
Okay. Yes, Zakir, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit. Ankit, is there anything like roles we can define for the access for accessing this Windows server or Linux server?
Which type of roles you're talking about? That
Like
which person can work on
yeah,
EC2
like
service?
no, not like that. Like in companies and all, we have this Windows server, so people give access to limited access to the users, where
So you
admin have
can,
a lot of access.
it's possible you can enter that machines, you can create users.
Okay,
Under
so we
that
need to
machine,
define, we
you
need
need
to
to
add
create
that
users.
Windows machine to a AD group.
No, it's not required. Without that also you can create users, and with that also you can possible.
Okay, normally how it is done here, like
No, if I
do we
talk
need?
about a web regarding that which you're talking about, we'll discuss the same thing about Linux in our upcoming session. We'll create users for our Linux machines, because by default we have a username called EC2 user, and EC2 user is having full access. And you are correct, we are not giving the full access to every team member. We need to restrict some also. So for our users, for our team members, we'll create their users also.
Okay.
Okay, how to create users we'll discuss in a session.
Yeah, sure.
And that we are going to discuss for Linux.
I have one more question. Like if there is any custom Linux application where on top of it, the applications are there, like Cisco has some custom applications which are installed on their own servers. So can we install those kind of servers here? The applications here?
There
like,
is
which
no
are...
restrictions. You can do anything. You want to build your application, you can build also. You want to create your application, you can create your
No, it is a
application,
custom
install.
application. For
Yes, you
example,
can.
there is a call server application or some security device application is there that we can implement on the VMware.
Zahir, whenever we are creating these machines, it's a blank machine. Whenever you are creating on-premises virtual machine, definitely by default, it's a blank.
Yes.
So it's also a blank machine.
Like for example, in the VMware ESXi, we will just run some VMs, right? So there are some Cisco's custom applications, like where it can be for firewall or a Cisco call manager like this. So can we run those application in this
You can run any
instance?
application, Zakir, whichever you want to do. I think anything means anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not talking about the application that is running on inside the Windows, just like for any, for example, any desk I'm running on the Windows server. So it is not like that. The Linux is custom by Cisco, and we cannot access that Linux. So on top of that Linux, they have built the application, and it is kind of a one package. So that has to be run on the VMware. So I'm talking in that context.
In that one, you can install VMware. In that Linux machine, you can install VMware.
Oh, okay. On top
In
of
that way,
that,
you
I
can
can
learn
install.
it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Will that be covered here? Like
no, definitely we are not going to learn about the installation part of the softwares.
Not the software, like VMware,
No, we are
ESXi.
not going to that. That is what we are talking about. We are not going to learn those.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
Yes, Balaji.
Ankit, I have one question. Like for Windows machine, we used RDP and we connected to the machine and we saw the blue screen, right? It's like a VDI. But for Linux, we use SSH portal, but we see like it's a black screen.
Because it's a terminal.
Okay, terminal. Like, so why can we see like the Windows?
You might be talking about graphical user interface for Linux. It is not possible. You can only access Linux machine by using terminals.
Okay. So we
So there
can
is
change
no,
like AMI operating system, so we can do that, or
you
it's
can't access EC2 machines by using graphical user interface.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not possible.
Okay.
Okay, those have raised their hand, guys. Just wait. I'll come back to you. Let's move forward here. Now, I know that might be while practice, if you face any issues, a very common error message, the mistake whenever you guys are doing it, you are getting an error message. And these two are very common error messages whenever you are doing practice. If you get error as timeout error message, it means there's some settings issues in your system. So for this one, I have already given one link where you can check this particular link and you get information what settings you need to do to resolve your issue. There is one more error might be you will get no supported authentication method available error. This error also you will get. If this error you are getting it, this error you will get because of the PPK file. So I have already given their solutions. Might be while practice, if you get any of the error message, you can check these links. Yes, this link might be you'll get because of your system issue. This link, the second one, you are getting error message, the mistake you are doing. So if you are generating a correct PPK file like which I have shown you, then 100% you will not get this particular error message. So make sure you are going to follow the process which I have shown. And one more important point. If anyone in this training, you are using Mac operating system, on Mac operating system, putty will not work. So what you will use? You need to download a tool called Git Bash. How you can download for this also, I have already given the link. You can check this particular link. If anyone using Mac operating system, here the solution is given. And I know that some people are using it. So you can't use Git in that particular case. You can use Mac operating system. You can use Git on Mac operating system. With the help of this one, you can connect to your machine. And in this particular link, all details are given. Now, after our practice, we have discussed in previous session, we need to terminate this machine. I don't require this particular machine. So what we can do, we can terminate this machine. So how we can terminate? Select our EC2 machine, instance state. So we have terminated our EC2 machine after our now coming to the next. Next topic is PPK file using AWS. Right now, what we have done, we have created a PPK file by using region. But I can create a same PPK file directly. I can create a PPK file. I don't need a temp file for that. I can directly create a PPK file by using my AWS account also. Now, let me open the PPT first. But the option which I'm going to show you right now, this option is just for your knowledge purpose. I'm going to show you this option we are not going to use in our upcoming session. Why? Because in some cases, we need PEM file also to connect to our sheet. In which cases we will understand in our upcoming session. We can directly create a PPK file by using AWS account. Also, this information I'm sharing just for your knowledge purpose, so might be in the interview. If they ask you, you have the information. But this option we are not going to use in our upcoming session. Even in real time also, we are not using this particular option. Because we need to create PEM files. We need PEM files. In some cases, in which are those cases we need PEM files, you will understand in our upcoming session when we'll discuss some more advanced topic. Now, so I'm going to directly create a PPK file. So how we can create a PPK file? Scroll down. Under network and security, we have an option of key pairs. Here you will find all the key pairs whichever we had generated till now. We have generated 2 key pair, and here I am able to see those. I can create this PPK file while using a EC2 machine also. I can create this key pair before creation of the EC2 machine also. Both are possible and both are correct option. Now, I'm going to click on create key. First of all, let me give the name Linux-129-PPK. Scroll down. See here. Earlier, when we have created our file, we have used PEM, but here we are using .ppk. If you see here, it is clearly mentioned PPK is used with putty only. PPK is not going to use with any other tool. It is only used with put. So we are selecting a PPK, click on create key. When I click on create key pair, see the file which we got. An extension of that file is dot type. So I'm going to save this PPK file. Now, with the help of this PPK file, I'm going to create one more EC2. On instance, scroll down. Scroll down. I'm going with Amazon Linux. Instance type. Again, we are getting by default as T2 micro. Now here we have. And here I'm able to see all 3 key pairs which we have created. And right now we have created Linux-129- Again, system is creating a new security. Can I use the existing security group? Yes. So I can search the existing security group, the one which we have created in our previous example. Linux-129-. If you want to see the rules, whichever the rules is enabled under this one, you can click on compare security groups. Here you can see. SSH port is enabled under this particular security. Scroll down. 8 GB. Yeah. The only new thing we have done in the previous example and in this example is we have created a new key pair But this time we have directly created a PPK file by using our AWS account. And then we are using a existing security. Other than that, we didn't do anything new. How many machines are required? Only one. EMI, instance type, and see here. This time we are using existing security group. So here I am getting the name of it. If you are creating a new one, so it is going to mention as new security. Storage. Click on log. Done. Status is showing us as pending. Till the time it is showing pending, let's open. Now our machine is start. So copy the public IP. I'm going to copy the public IP from here. I'm not going to connect option. I'm going to note down, and I know the default username is EC2-user. Let me first connect this. Now I'm entering the IP address, attaching that PPK file. This one. The one which we have directly created by using our AWS. Open, accept, entering my username, EC2-user, and we are able to connect to our Linux EC2 machine directly by using our PPK file. This is how also we can create a PPK file, and we can connect to our machine by using our AWS EC2 machine with the help of code. But again, I'm telling you, the option which I have shown you right now is just for your knowledge purpose, for your interview purpose. This option we are not going to use in our upcoming session, because the reason is in some cases we need PEM file. In which cases we need PEM file, we will see in upcoming session when we are learning about some more. Because without PEM file, we are not able to work on. There are major two reasons we have it, and I'm going to show you those two reasons practically in our upcoming session. So this is what we have all about this session, where we have discussed about how we can create our Linux EC2 machine and how we can directly create a PPK file by using our AWS. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss some of the basic Linux commands. We are not going in much more depth for Linux. Some basic Linux commands we are going to discuss in our training, and then after that, we'll go with our other examples. So let's have quick questions, and then we'll end our session. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Yes, Kiran, you can.
So I have a couple of questions. So I think you're terminating the session, right? So is there a possibility once you terminate the session, can we restore it?
If we have taken a backup, then it is possible.
The backup, do we need to schedule the backup, or how does that work?
Definitely, you need to schedule a backup.
Okay.
If you have a backup of that machine, then you can recover it. Otherwise, it is not possible to recover.
Okay.
How to take a backup, we'll learn in upcoming session.
Okay.
Okay.
And the second question is like the way that we are creating the PPK file, if we are using the Mac for a Git, Do we need to create the PPK
No, for
files
Mac, you
those
can't use PPK. For Mac, you only need to use PEM files. Because
PEM files?
PPK is only for putty. PPK is only for putty and you can't install putty on Mac. You need to install
Okay.
Git and Git only support PEM files. Okay.
Okay.
That is why I have
Is
given
there-
the link. In that link, you will get information how to install Git and how you can connect all information up.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Sumant, you can unmute.
Thank you. Like we have IPv4 and IPv6, right? So if my instance got assigned to as IPv4, is it possible to change the IP to IPv6?
In cloud platform, we are only using right now IPv4s. We are not using IPv6. And the IP addresses, whichever we are getting, these are IPv4, not IPv6.
Is it possible to change my IP? So if my IP, my instance got assigned as some 122.0.0.4. So if I want to allocate a specific IP, like my own IP. So is it possible?
EC2 machine you're talking about?
Yes.
Right now, you are getting two IP addresses to our EC2 machine. One is public, other one is private.
Okay. If I want to change my public address, is it possible?
Yes, you can do that. We'll discuss regarding this in upcoming session when we'll come to a topic called when we come to topic. Yes, topic here is it. PP number. That time you will understand more.
Just take it. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Abhijit, you can unmute. Abhijit Hole, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Am I audible now?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
The previous guy asked the same question, but I'm asking the another way. Sometimes what happens, some hardware vendor provide the customized OS. Can we map this OS in AWS while installing the any new OS? Is it like that? Is it possible?
You want to install your own OS?
A customized OS. For example, if I have ESXi box and there is some
You can migrate your VMs, then it is possible.
Okay,
but in migration also, if we have a list of VMs, only list of operating system it is supporting. If that base is that particular operating system, then it is possible.
Okay.
Okay. We have that list. We will share that list in upcoming session.
Yes, sir. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Raj, you can unmute. Raj, you can unmute yourself. Nilesh, you can unmute.
Ankit, hi. Actually, to refer this means other than this video, this PPT, do we get this PPT also?
We are only sharing with our paid candidates.
Okay, means
and today is
after
the
the
last
session?
recording we are going to share with all of you. And from tomorrow, only paid students will get the recordings. And from Monday, only paid students can join the batch.
Yeah, but that's what after pay, they means do we get these PPTs also?
Yes, let me show you one more thing.
Okay.
Just a minute, let me show you one thing. If we are going to pay for this course, what are the things you will get? Here things. On daily basis, you will get live training and recording and training PPTs. And at the end of the training, you will get these things.
Okay. Means after the session, once it is paid, after the session, we'll get this on WhatsApp link only?
No, not WhatsApp link. We are uploading in our website.
Okay, from website, we have to download it.
Yeah, you can download the PPTs, but you can't download the recordings. You have lifetime access of recordings.
Okay. Recording from the YouTube, we can refer.
Only day 1, day 2, day 3 recording you can refer from YouTube. After that, we are going to upload the recordings in our website.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Emil, you can unmute.
Hi. I just joined the classes today. So I wanted to know like how many classes have I missed? Like what are the things I need to study on so I can
Today is the third session, Emil.
okay.
I just want to know, are you in the WhatsApp group of batch 129?
Yeah, I just joined the WhatsApp group, yeah.
I've
This
joined it,
evening,
so
yeah.
don't worry. I'll inform my team. They'll again share day 1, day 2 recording. So make sure before tomorrow's session, you can check those 2 recordings. If you have any question, you can ask me in the tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Nilesh Patel.
Okay, sorry, it's mistakenly. I done.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, David, you can answer.
I had the same question. So I paid my money yesterday. So where can I see this? I've also created a login on your website. So where can I see the PPTs and all?
Okay, right now, David, if you see here, there is no option of dashboard.
Okay.
Why? Because we didn't log in it. Once you log into our website, you will see something called dashboard here.
Okay.
Okay. You need to click on dashboard.
Okay.
Once you click on dashboard, on the left-hand side, you will see something called active courses.
Okay.
In that, if you click on active courses, in that one, you will see your course for whichever you have paid.
Okay.
Okay. You can try that. You are able to see that. Or
So
if anyone, sorry
tell
to interrupt you, just 1 minute. If anyone want to access the recordings and notes from mobile app also, we have a mobile app link which is given in our website for Android also, even for iOS. Even the same, both the links we have given in our WhatsApp group also. I'm requesting you, please don't search from your Play Store or from your App Store. Directly, please go with these links or the links whichever we are sharing in our WhatsApp group. Please use those links. Okay.
So
David,
Ankit,
yes,
so the dashboard, whatever you showed me, that will have the PPTs of all the day 1, day 2, day 3.
PPTs also you'll find, even the recordings of day 1, day 2, whatever we have done, it is uploaded.
Okay.
Even I can validate from here also.
Okay.
I show you here. I can see the introduction one, the day 1 PPT notes. We can't access from here. You can only access from the dashboard. This is just a view you have it. And day 2.
Okay. Because
Same way we'll
I just
upload
want
after
to
the
start
session.
the
We'll
practice
upload.
and all. So I just thought, okay, let's go through the PPT.
Sure, you can practice it. If you have any question, David, I have already given my email ID also. I hope you have my email ID.
Yeah.
So make sure whenever you're going to email me, if you have any question, you are going to mention your batch number.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yes, Deepak, you can unmute.
Hi Ankit, my question is regarding if, say for example, company wants to create hundreds of servers at a time, hundreds of instances. So we have to follow same procedure like adding.
No, if you want to
creating
create more than one EC2 machines, we are not following this way. We have an option called auto scale. We'll learn in upcoming session with the help of auto scaling what happens, Deepak. Whenever we have more load, system will create new machines. Whenever we don't have load, system will delete few machines. So we only need to pay for those machines, whichever is our basic requirement. Let's take example, I talk about Amazon.in. Whenever they are putting some sales, Deepak, definitely in their website, they have a lot of rush. Am I right?
Correct, yes.
So in that particular, let's example, their requirement is more. So at that time, system will create automatically those machines also.
You are
and whenever they don't require those whenever the normal days are going on, they don't want extra machines. So why should we pay for those additional machines every time? So automatically system will create machine, automatically system will delete those machines with the help of auto scale.
You are talking about the auto scale, but my company
we'll discuss that point in upcoming session.
100 machine daily. There need
we have an option, Deepak. We have an option. We can set minimum requirement also there.
Okay.
We have an option, we can set minimum there and we can set maximum also there. At how much maximum it can go to reach to. If you need minimum 100, you can set as minimum 100 there also. Yeah, Deepak? You will more understand this option when we'll come to that topic. It's also a very important option you have asked me. It's a very good question you have asked. Okay,
And it will
we'll
follow the
discuss
same
that also.
process. It will follow the same process of adding the key files and all.
You will understand more and practically show you that. Because
Okay.
to follow that complete auto scaling, there are 7 to 8 steps we need to done. And even with that one, we are learning few more services which we have in AWS. But for that one, we need to use some more services also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Venkata, you can. Venkata, you can ask your question. You need to unmute yourself.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi.
I was 118 batch. Some reasons I am not able to attend that classes, so I will continue this batch.
Yes, you can contact my team. They will guide you regarding that. Drop an email to our support team.
Okay. Thank you, Ankit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Shrikant, you can unmute.
Yeah, my question is, while connected into the Linux machine, we use a putty, and in putty, we for credential we attach a PPK file. And for example, if we forgot to connect the PPK file and we directly connect, so will it ask for PPK file again, or how it?
No, you will get an error message. You're not able to connect. You need to select a PPK file. If you directly just give the IP address and try to connect, you will get an error message.
Okay.
You need to select.
Before going inside, we have to connect PPK file. We have to give the PPK file importantly. We have to give that file first, and then only we can able to connect. Right.
Correct.
Okay. My second question is, while creating the machine, when we select the CPU, RAM, and everything, and we went to the hard disk. So in that hard disk, can we do a partition in that?
That is C drive you are getting. If you want to add more, Shrikant, it is possible you can add more also. That is called as EBS volumes. Like the one which I'm getting by default, that is called as root volume. If you want to add additional one, you can add additional one as EBS volume. How to attach EBS volume, we'll discuss in upcoming session.
Same like in Linux also. You're telling about Linux only, right?
Sorry, can you repeat your question, Shrikant?
Yeah, you said about C drive, we can use the EBS volume. So same, this is for Linux, or this is
Same for
Windows?
Linux and Windows. I'm showing you for both.
Okay.
I'll show you for both because just attaching is not the complete process. After attaching, you need to mount that volume also.
Right.
And the mounting is an important process. Till that time you're not mounting it, you can't use that volume. It's a completely waste of money. You are just attach it.
Yeah. I know.
Because after that you need to mount. Till that time you're not mounting, you are not able to use that volume.
Right.
Okay, so we learn for Linux and Windows for both. Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, Rahul, you can.
Hello, Ankit.
Hi.
Like my question is that if I have paid the fees, then how you will know that I have paid the amount, and how I am getting notified that from Monday onwards you can join the batch. This is my small question.
Okay. First of all, when you are going to pay for the batch, automatically you will get the access on your email ID for which you have paid.
Okay.
Okay. And definitely whenever you're going to pay, those details are getting stored in our database. So from database, we can fetch your details.
Okay. The rest of the things I have cleared that.
Yeah. And how to access the new link will guide you in our WhatsApp group. For that one, you need to check announcement. We'll inform you in the WhatsApp group how to check.
Okay, Ankit.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Girish, you can.
Hello, Ankit. My question is that can I
I pay through the application which I have downloaded through the link that you have given already in WhatsApp?
Yes, you can do it from there also, or you can do it from website, but make sure you are going to pay for the 129 batch, because if you are going to pay for any other batch, you will get access for that particular batch.
Okay, sure. And it's necessary to send a screenshot to your support team?
No, not required. Automatically, you will get the access for the batch you are going to.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions? Please let me know, or we can end the session here. Yes, Satya.
Hi, Ankit. I have a question like storage volume, like you mentioned that by default 8 GB for
Linux, for Windows,
yes,
30 GB.
yes. For maximum is 30 GB. So for example,
no, not maximum, it's a minimum requirement we have for Windows, and that is free quota.
Yeah.
Maximum is, I don't remember right now, it's 32,000 or 65,000. I will check in upcoming. I don't remember what is the maximum size I can give to our volume also.
Yeah, sure. But my question is like, suppose, let's assume it if it is 30 GB maximum limit under free type. So by mistakenly, if I give more than 30 GB, automatically I'm going to charge for that, or like how?
Automatically, if you are giving more than 30 GB, they are going to charge.
It means like, is there any pop-up like we're going to charge for?
No. There is no something like this. We are not getting any problem.
Oh, okay. Why? Because we are giving our credit card details. That's why the problem.
And don't worry, you are from, may I know from which country, Satya?
I'm from India.
So as per Indian government RBA rule, don't worry, they are not going to get a single rupee from your account till that time you are not entering the OTP.
Okay.
That the rules we got in the September 2022.
Okay. Thank you. And other question I have, you mentioned that PPK file. So in real time situation, like we are not going to use PPK. Why?
The PPK option we are not using. There are two reasons we have it. Because in our upcoming session, we need to use PEM file. And there are two reasons where we are going to options, or you can say that, where we are going to use PEM file. I'll practically show you that, Satya. At that time, you will more understand why I'm saying it. We are not generating a PPK file directly.
Okay.
I'll practically show you that, those two options, so you will practice, or you will understand.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, one option I'm just going to might be show you the next week also. And the second option will take little time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you guys for this today's session. So with this, I'm ending this session. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about how we can create, we are not going to create anything. Okay, we are going to discuss about Linux commands in tomorrow's session. If we have time, then we'll go with our other topics. In tomorrow's session, we'll start with Linux commands. So it's a quick, those people already know Linux. It's a quick recap for you, because few of the Linux commands we are going to use in our upcoming session. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for today's session. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.